Yeah,
Hey, what we live? We live.
we
Yo,
live.
Okay. What we up to? What 1168? Okay. So what
what?
are we?
What? So we're talking about the latest chapter itself, or like we're
Nah,
just talking about?
We chat about
that's what I was
we
gonna
chat
say.
about anything. Chat about anything.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I don't think because we ain't done this in a while. I don't think it should be 1168 review. I think it should just
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like
definitely. No, I
Elbaf
think what
It doesn't
Elbaf
have to be.
update.
It doesn't have to be a review of any specific chapter. Just chat about because we haven't talked about this
we haven't
in
talked about
months. So
shit.
just
So
chat
my
about
thing is, I'm trying to
chat
hear
about anything.
opinions on the flashback,
That's what I'm saying. Call
the
it call
initial
it
flashback.
Elbaf update.
Just chat, bro. Just chat about whatever, man. Just chat
Elbaf
like you were
update.
chatting
Elbaf
before.
update. Where do we start? Where do we
No, but you
start?
see how you were saying how, regardless of what anyone thinks, everyone should like the flashback. Of course, I like the flashback, but even
Yeah.
me, I have some gripes, and my biggest gripe, yeah.
No, no. I'm saying, wait, no, not even. Actually, no. You go.
I'm saying, like, within the flashback, yeah, my biggest problem is why didn't Rox, yeah, tell Harold about Emu's existence? You know, the
Ah,
way the way they
they
had
were.
that,
Mm,
their last meeting that they had on the ship,
mm-hmm,
where Rox is like to him, where Rox reveals his real name and reveals that he's got a wife and kid there, yeah.
mm.
That's that was him, saying to Harold, "Oh, this is the reason why I'm really going there." But when it came to him trying to get him over, uh, to join his side, become an alliance and take over the world, yeah, for a guy that he claims is his best friend, it's really dumb to me why you wouldn't tell him about Emu's existence, considering, yeah, this guy wants to join them.
Nah, I thought that as well. Yeah, and I see that angle, and I don't know. I 20% agree with that angle. My thing is, I'm also get it because if you look at it, he like okay. If you look at it with Roxy, yeah, the kind of character he was, yeah, he had the wife and whatever. He didn't tell no one that he had a
Which makes
wife and
sense. Which makes sense.
it makes sense. I'm out here. I can't have niggas trying to go God Valley when obviously I'm not even close by. I hear it, cool. But when he's noticed Emu, his real intentions with whatever fruits that he was trying to gather, whatever kind of plans that he had, he knew the kind of crew he had. So even of Emu's existence, he didn't even tell Whitebeard. So Whitebeard
Yeah,
didn't
but
even know.
the thing about it is Whitebeard, yeah, wasn't as integral to his plans as Harold was.
So
Whitebeard
so
wasn't
so,
his equal and his peer and his bestie how Harold was.
so
Whitebeard didn't
but
get
then
the
see it.
information about his kid and his wife. He gave that to Harold. So I
But
feel
then
like
mm,
he should have told him. Think
nah.
about
But
it, yeah.
then
It's like,
bro.
okay, deep. Look at it like this, yeah. Imagine if you man are trying to work for a company, and I used to work there, and I know the boss is racist or something. Yeah, just for
Mm,
an example. Imagine you man
mm.
are striving, yeah, doing your hardest to get to this place, and I know that there's ops there, and I just don't tell you. I like wouldn't isn't that negligence on my part to not let you lot know that them same people you're trying to join do not fuck with you?
Okay. I'll come back on that part. I'll come back on that part, but I'll just say one thing first. So the way I see it is more so with Harold, he was trying to get Harold on side without that. So with people like
Yeah,
his
could
crew,
be.
so like for example, with people like his crew, Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, and all that, this and that. There's no promises. So even when you clock when he's going to battle, when he said he's gonna go get Shaki, or whatever, when he says he's gonna ride out, whatever, he tells everyone in the crew, you don't have to come. So he wants it that if you're coming, he's the kind of pirate that he's like, listen, if you're coming for some real shit. You're not just coming because, oh, I told you I'm gonna give you some money
So
or
you're
I
saying that
told you about
later
best
down the
friends and
line, if he would have
So
joined, then he would have
so
revealed everything
yeah,
later.
yeah. So if Harold would have fucked with it, and it's like, okay, cool, we're going into this mission. We got a plan here. This is who we're actually gonna face. Further down the line, he would have said, cool, okay, he's fucking with it. But even in your example, I'll flip it. I'll flip your example into what I'm saying as well. So imagine if that same job, you know the person's racist. I'm going for the job, and what's it? Yeah, you let's say you got fired from there before, you was racist, whatever, and you're suing them. So you're literally in a lawsuit about to sue them for for like improper conduct with your hiring process or whatever it
And
is.
yeah,
And then but I'm telling you, I'm applying for them. I'm applying to work there, and you literally you know that the other family, these men are racist, whatever. When when you're doing that, you can you can take the side of, oh shit, I should give my man the heads up because I'm not sure. Like, obviously, if he gets the job, he might get the same treatment, or people be like leaving banana peels on his desk and shit like that, or all mad shit. But then on the flip side, you want to know, hmm, what kind of brethren is this? Because if it's the wrong kind of person, he might try use that information to
easy
get the
man.
job.
I'm hearing it, but I just feel like the stakes are too high. Yeah, if you know, Harold was a leader of a little man country. If I'm Rocks, yeah, I
Mm,
mean you're not that
mm,
important. You don't need to know about this shit. But when you're as important as the Giants are, yeah, where the giant, like Big Mom said, if she had the Giants on side, she would have been Pirate King. Clearly, Emu, is trying to get these men on side. Rocks himself needed them on side. Like we've always known this, the stories always told us that the Giants are a major player when it comes to the balance in the world, and they used to
mm,
run the new world. So I just feel like for Rocks to need this guy for his plan, it's not even just the strength of the
mm,
Giants. The royal family of the Giants have the specific devil fruit that Rocks needed as well. I just feel like him him trying to
mm.
get Harold, I don't think he done enough to convince him at all. But it is what it is, and I guess it wasn't meant to be. Even Eris was saying to Rocks, it's too early, and it's sad how Rocks died, and you see how he's a D, and then all the Ds die, and they have that last smiling moment.
Mm.
Rocks, it like with Rocks,
Might
yeah, the whole
be,
thing was sad. Like it was actually a tragic end for the guy, bro. But he's a great character for sure.
but then not.
How did he die?
I think that's the.
So he got Domi Reversi, didn't it? So,
Do you think it was a dead thing?
huh?
Figurland stabbed him at the end, didn't it? It was a dead thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's gone in it because at that point he was basically incapacitated. He couldn't move. He couldn't like he took the double ACOC attack. So at that
Yeah,
point he
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
move.
But
You know
we know what breaks Emu's thing though.
what? ACOC.
ACOC, but different using it in a different way, different form of ACOC.
That thing was so confusing. That whole mass thing.
Isn't that?
Yeah, yeah.
I
You
don't
got
know.
you.
I
I don't
hope
know.
it gets
Is
It
explained
this
basically.
more.
ACL? Is this
I think.
ACLC thing? We're talking about the same thing that that Gabon done. Was it?
No.
Was it?
Yeah,
So you know
yeah.
how
I think it's like Joy Boys thing.
yeah, but you know how I'm wondering is where my man is. Has he seen a Domi Reversi yet? Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
would have seen Domi Reversi with you would have seen Domi Reversi with Dorian Broggy, right?
I saw that.
You seen how Emu
Mm,
turned Dorian Broggy evil.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what
oh
Emu
yeah,
done to
yeah.
Rocks, right? So Rocks was in that same state as them man are, where they get the whole devilish appearance, the black wings, the mashed up teeth,
He got
and
bigger, stronger,
they
and
grow
all that.
bigger, stronger, all of that,
Almost
right? So
immortal.
so how Rocks died is he was fighting Roger and Garp at the same time, innit? And then they actually knocked the Domi Reversi thing, out of dude. But after that, he's incapacitated. There's fog. It's actually a mad panel where it's actually kind of drifty, where
They knocked that
Garling
shit
and
out
them
of
man
him.
pull up, but he got killed, man. He got killed. It's actually fucked up, and Harold didn't even do nothing. That them two,
But
yeah.
when I tell you, Johnny, they they fucked the shit up.
It's a mess, man. But the flashbacks
That's
was
what I'm
sick.
saying. So if you
Flashbacks was
know,
sick.
yeah, sorry, that's what I was. But what's it? That's what I was lead, that's what I was leading on to. Yeah, with the it's like with the Luffy thing. It's more so like, fam, you have to want to do it for yourself. It's not that I'm telling you something to convince you. So like when it's like, oh, Luffy's gonna save Momo or something like that. It's like, fam, you gotta want it. Like certain people that he saves or certain countries he goes to,
Yeah,
whatever.
no, I hear it. I
He
hear it
makes it
because the
that
thing
point.
about
So,
Harold
so
as well.
I think it's even leading on from the Will of D thing that it's like, okay, I'll back you as much as I can do, as long as you can back, like you put something there, you back yourself as well, innit?
Yeah, really
So
with Harold, yeah, like I slightly allow Harold because it's not like he has the knowledge we have. Like he don't know that the government's pure evil, right? So he sees them as you
I
know.
can't lie, I can't lie. He was for the ladies. That is, yo, I don't know. Do you think Ida had the Will of D? Do you think it was
Well,
IDA?
she has all the signs, and you know she acts like one. But
And she, and,
even with her, she was even
and
saying to this
she died
idiot,
smiling.
yeah, she was
Who is
even saying to
who,
this
And she
idiot
died.
that he's
who are you
going,
guys talking
he's
about right now?
Ida's Loki's
Hiruden's
mom.
mom, isn't it? It's
No,
Hiruden's
it's
mom, and
Loki's
it's
mom, isn't
Loki's
it?
mom. It's both of their mum, but it's Hiruden's actual mum. Loki's birth mum, I
Yeah, she
forget her
dead.
name, but she died in it.
Oh
But
yeah, no, sorry, yeah, she
with
died at
Ida,
birth.
she
She
was
died at
even
birth.
trying to tell this dumbass guy Harold that yeah, you've turned a new leaf and you're trying to be this positive, you know, all encompassing type of guy, yeah. But that warrior's pride is still important, and you know, for him, I'll allow him because he doesn't know. But that even leads me to bring up that that deep sea contracting from the last chapter.
Nah,
Nah, but
he know, bro. Do you remember the panel?
which one?
Nah, what's it? Do you remember? The last? Do you remember the last panel of that conversation?
What with
The
Ida
reason
and
that he what's it? The reason he threw away the warrior's pride thing was because he said culturally, he hates the warriors' culture because they didn't let them get married because he couldn't get married to her.
yeah, but
That's what I was saying. It was for the ladies thing.
he means he meant that in general as well.
It was because he couldn't get married to her. Then obviously he said, "Oh, I'm abandoning all part of the culture." So he said, "Okay, I'm going to change it to that." Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's what I'm
you
saying.
know
But it was
narratively,
all based around him not being able to
narratively
get
for
married
him
because
to
he
be
then
saying that
said,
he's ripping everything
once we
down
can,
and changing it
his
completely,
ambitions
and then
was to
for her
open
to
up
say to him,
Elbaf
no, you
into
shouldn't
the
go
world
all the
government.
way,
He then
you
said
do
what he then said.
understand
One at a
that
time,
she's
bro.
in the
One at a
right.
time.
She like the way Harold was, he was 100% on, as man said in the chat the other day, Harold was on 100% Coonan time, right? And she's trying to let him know
No,
that you're
that's my
doing too
point.
much. You're going too far on the spectrum where that warrior's pride thing. She literally said she thinks you should keep that, and that
Yeah,
she
yeah.
thinks it's cool. Yeah, and
That's
he
what I'm
just
saying. But
he was just doing too much. One thing about Harold, yeah,
that,
he's
that's what I'm
not
saying. Yeah,
he's
it
not
was
suspicious. He
because
wasn't
them man
suspicious
wouldn't let
enough
them get married.
at all. Like it's just so sad, yeah. How the hell, yeah, can you be this strong, yeah, and this dumb, fam? You know what happened to him? He lost. He, Rox lost, yeah, because he was compromised, and Emu found out where his gal and his kid was. So whatever plans he had to fight Emu got
That
fast forwarded, and
and
he wasn't ready and he lost.
sorry,
This
that's another
guy Harold, yeah, really came here, and the reason why Harold was defeated
wait there.
is because he literally sold his soul to the devil without knowing. That's how Harold felt. Do you know how like it's just like it's just fam, the chapter stressed man out. Harold
No, but
Harold's stupidity.
wait there. What's it? Rocks going down. Even in that, when he or just before when he was already under the Dominant, what his wife said is actually key. Wife was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's my fault that you had to face him before you were ready." I feel the overall general thing. I think end or be or the reason that it wasn't like, "Oh, I have to definitely tell Harold about Emu
Yeah,
before
but at that point, we knew Harold wasn't backing anyone.
um
So
um uh, um um before he was so compelled to tell him was because I think and in like in the end the end will be all. I think Rox was prepared to actually one-on-one Emu eventually.
yeah, well, it would have been. I don't think his plan was to be a one-on-one because he needed two devil fruits, so that would imply that he needs two men to be there at least for the fight because he ain't going to be able to have two devil fruits. But
Oh no,
even
we
that,
don't know. It's not possible. Blackbeard has to.
yeah, but Rox wasn't. He needed the devil. He needed. He said he wanted Harold to eat one fruit, and then he wanted another fruit. So it's the if everything went to plan for Rox, it would have been them two fighting him. That's what the
Because
story implied. But even with 1168, right? I'm looking at the God's Knights and the Gorosei as victims. You see how in the chapter we find out that where Shanks disappeared and didn't get his knighthood, signing that deep contract or deep sea contract, whatever it's called, once you sign that and you gain the immortality, you lose your free will.
we said,
Like,
yeah, we knew that.
do you know how mad? Yeah, but for them to outright just tell us that at this point, yeah, Shanks, what happened to Harold could have, but I wonder if Shanks knew and left at that point on purpose.
That's what we said, bro. Do you remember
Yeah, but
that's literally what we said. That the
yeah, but
reason he
no one,
lost
but
that left
it
arm.
doesn't matter about when exactly it was said. What matters is, yeah, I'm looking at the God's Knights and the Gorosei different. If Oda
They're
shows us, yeah,
victims, bro.
Harold is a good guy. Harold is a good guy, and the my man needs to strap himself to a pillar to not massacre the whole country. We don't even know if the elders, if the Gorosei were even bad people before they met this guy. Do you know how mad that is? That's
Bro, they're
groundbreaking to the
victims.
story. They are victims. They are actual victims. And then on top of it, yeah,
They're victims, man.
Hold
on
on,
top
sorry.
and huh?
Like, explain what you're saying. The Gorosei
That's
or
So
why
victim.
that
so so basically, yeah, with Emu, he has three
that's
contracts,
why
and
that's
the three
just but
contracts,
one sec here. One sec.
let me talk, man.
One
The
sec
three
now.
contracts here are
Oh god,
how how you become a guy that's under him, right? So he has the first contract, and then the second one, and then the third one we don't know, how what that is, but we know that the first one is I think God's still, and it's what Shanks had on his arm. It's what Harold has on his arm early, right? But the second one, once you sign the second contract, you lose your free will, and Emu can literally control your body like he does to a Gunko, like he did to a Saturn, right? So where Harold is saying to the guards, strap me down, I can't control my body, yeah, that's the same for a God Knight and above. So the whole Gorosei, every God Knight has no free will. That's mad. They literally have no free will. They're literally puppets to Emu. They could be victims. They could be good
I
guys.
think
That's crazy to me. And then to look at a guy like Shamrock, yeah, look at how Shanks was raised and how Shamrock
I
was raised. I
I
feel
I
sorry for Shamrock. Shamrock was
think
raised to be a piece of shit. Huh?
number what's it? I think the Gora say
Can you hear this guy?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Oh, I can't hear him.
This is why I insert an intermission break.
Hello?
No, if you get him until he comes back, you were saying?
Are you talking to me or my man?
I'm talking to you. Just forget him
Oh,
until he comes back.
you was there telling me you can hear him. I'm there looking dumb, looking at my phone. So, what was that else was I even gonna say? Yeah. Also, this chapter, right, the last chapter that came out, it's basically ended the evil Shanks theory because not only did Shanks leave at the right time not to sign the contract to lose his free will. You even see in the flashback of the flashback, where Fisher Tiger, when he freed the slaves in Mary Jo,
Mm-hmm.
it was Shanks that actually helped him do it.
Okay.
So to see that the evil Shanks theory is definitely dead. But yeah, man, you might need to catch up, man. I don't know, you man are missing out right now. Right now, we're about to find out.
So far, how would you rate this flashback? Is it because I'm hearing is it the best flashback
It's definitely the best
in
flashback,
series?
but you know me, I say that with every new flashback. But
To be
yeah,
fair,
but this
all
one
these
it's the
flashbacks are
best.
really good.
Like they keep getting better, huh?
These flashbacks are probably the best part of the series. You could even
Hundred
argue.
percent, and it just brings everything together with like the whole world building and the whole history of the pirates in One Piece and the different eras, you know, because and another thing as well is yeah, if you compare the previous generation to the pirates now, yeah, hey, the Straw Hats got it easy.
Why
I
do they
would
have well in
huh?
comparison to the previous generation?
I would say so because you know we see like the events of God Valley is like the younger versions of everyone pretty much, and then we have the like the Odin flashbacks was more when they were in their actual primes.
Yeah.
But if you look at in Rox's era, not only did you have Rox, yeah, you had Four Future Yonko, you had Garp, Sengoku, all these big players was there, yeah. Then you even have the little man like Captain John and Silver Axe and all these type of guys. But if you look at the different eras, pound for pound, yeah, the top people we have today, we've got the Straw Hats, Blackbeard, Shanks, that's and then like that's pretty much it. Well, who's the strongest admiral? I guess okay, you could put Akainu in there, but Akainu's not better than Prime Garp. Yeah. Um, Personally, I think Shanks it will be stronger than Roger, but it's close. Rocks
What? So
definitely.
you're saying
So, huh?
Shanks is stronger than Roger now, or he can still potentially be stronger.
I think the best Shanks would be better than the best Roger come like the end of the show. But I don't even see a
Because
world
what? So
where
you're saying Shanks could still progress? Is that what you're
not
saying?
not not even that he can still progress. I feel like Prime Shanks will be stronger than Prime Roger. It's more of a
So
headcanon thing.
is
But
Shanks in his prime now, or was he in his prime when he had two arms?
I would say he's in his prime now.
Okay.
I would say
So
he's in his prime
Shanks
now
now
because that was
is
he lost
stronger
his
than
arm
Roger.
how many years ago?
So you're saying Shanks right now is stronger than Roger back then in his prime?
I would say so. Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that a hot
Well,
take?
huh?
Is that a hot take, or is that just
I,
everyone should
I
know this?
I don't think it's a hot take. I think it's more of in these shonens where a man has to surpass their OG type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that type of thing. But you know, it's
Yo,
not all
yo.
the same across the board because there's no Marine that's going to be better than Prime
All
Guard.
right, Qualms.
Mm,
Daryl's now mentioned that Shanks right now
mm.
is probably stronger than Prime Roger. What do you think about that?
Um,
The fact that you're hesitating means it's not a hot take. That it is
it's
debatable.
not, it's not, but it's not a hot take, but it's not a hot take because it's true. It's just, it's not a hot take because there's still a lot of unknowns in it. But the reason is that clearly rocks, rocks Roger and Garp were basically same level. I think they just had different fighting styles, but Garp was a clear swinger. Rox seemed like he had the most hacky capacity, but then Roger just seemed like maybe he had the most luck and most technique. but so it's just a bit different. With Shanks, it's like at this point we don't know his hacky capacity, but just based on legacy, basically, quote unquote, like based on the myth of what Shanks is, what we expect him to be, and what it's narrowing down to be, because it's narrowing down to like at this point anything, if they tell us anything that he is anything less than prime Roger, prime Whitebeard, then at this point it's a crazy letdown. Like niggas just gonna be complaining, because there's no way that right now Shanks can be anything less than prime Whitebeard, like prime, like when he's this in the flashbacks, he's blocking off attacks from fucking Gorosei and whatever, chopping them in half, not knowing what he's
Yeah,
doing.
I think they're all on the same level, but
Yeah,
between the three of them, I could definitely put Rocks first, Garp second, and Roger third based on the
really.
flashback. Oh, definitely. The
I
portrayal,
don't
man. Look at.
that,
Did you see Garp, Prime Garp in the flashback when he had Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard
that's what
running?
Now
that
that is
bro,
something I did see. I did see that.
These men were running.
worse than that, bro. That's what I'm saying. I would put Garp first in that regard, because
No,
I
not
I
over
I,
Rocks. It was
I'm
Rocks'
saying, no,
era.
I see what I see what you mean, because I just see Rocks just having the craziest hacky capacity, but then
Rocks was just the strongest. Period.
Garp was just a swinger,
Garp
man.
was a
It's
monster, but the reason
dirty.
why I won't even put Garp with
Them man
Rocks
weren't trying
back
to
then
see him.
is the fact that Garp was, obsessed about Roger, and Roger was his nemesis. Like he didn't want that Rock smoke. He didn't want Rocks to be his main op. He wasn't ready
Nah,
for that.
nah, nah,
He
nah,
wasn't
nah.
ready for that
It
yet.
weren't that. Stop it. It weren't that.
You
Rocks
know
was
what's
staying
funny,
out the
right?
way. Rocks
You remember in
Rocks
the
had
war?
different ambitions. That's why Rocks was
Look, you
staying out
remember
the
in the
way.
war
Bro, he was the
when
strongest
Whitebeard,
Marine. He knew who the strongest pirate was, but he wanted Roger smoke. He didn't want
Yeah,
that
because
Rock smoke.
Roger was
Those are
on
the facts.
badness with
And
the
me,
Marines. That's
I'm
why.
Garp's biggest fan, but Rocks was defo by himself. For a guy to kill an admiral, yeah, without breaking a sweat, and then carry on his excursion, like he
But
was different.
one
He was
thing we
different.
did one thing we did get solidified, Johnny, is Roger only became Pirate King a bit after Rocks died.
A bit after, no, he became. It was over 15 years after.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that's a long
That's not a
time.
bit.
No, that's a big bit, but I'm just saying in the sense of what's it? At the time when Rox was alive, yeah, there was no clear top. It was just
It was Rocks was the clear top, is what I'm telling you.
uh, I don't know,
It was
man. I
his
don't know.
era.
Because see it like
One
this.
on
See it,
one, he was stronger. He had a stronger crew than everyone as well, by far.
it but it wasn't acknowledged like that though.
So who was above Rocks? No one was above Rocks.
No, I'm saying not above rocks. I'm saying same level. That's why when you say Claire, I'm saying he wasn't just at the top by himself. Like
I
there were
genuinely
still
could tell you he
people.
was at the top by himself. The best version of Roger was in the Odin flashback. That was years after
No,
God Valley. If
no,
anything, Roger was still basically a rookie back then.
no, he wasn't. But he was going toe to toe with rocks.
He wouldn't have won.
That's what I'm saying.
So
But rocks isn't clearly winning. Is what I'm telling you.
on a
Yeah,
one-on-one,
Rocks was the top
Rocks
pirate
versus
back
Roger
then.
at the
It
time,
was
who's
his
winning?
age. Huh?
Based off what I've seen, I don't think Roger could defeat Rocks on a one-on-one.
No one
No,
could
Now,
no,
back then.
I'm saying he could, but the same way we used to do the out of 10 and all that, it would be like a 6-4-7-3.
Do
It
you
won't
think?
be
Do you put Garp and Roger of the flashback above Harold?
uh Roger. Actually, yeah, both, yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah,
So
yeah. What you do or you don't?
no, I don't put them above him back
how
then.
strong
No,
is Harold?
What
He's
so
Harold is a
you put
monster.
so you think it's Rocks, Harold, then Garp and Roger?
Yeah, from the flashback. Then Whitebeard,
Wow.
then probably Scopper, my guy. But yeah,
No, okay, do you know why I don't agree with that perspective? Yeah,
because
it's
you don't
just
rate
because
Harold's strength. That's why.
no, it's not that. It's not that because for example, in relation to this flashback and everything, when all the memes and whatever, all the jokes that everyone was saying was, oh, it makes the 2-on-1, it makes Garp and Roger look weak or whatever, or Roger's portrayal and all of that aura points and all that nonsense. Um, is the thing I don't agree with is that before we used to think that, oh shit, the 2-on-1 thing, that it took both of them to take down Rocks was because Rocks was stronger. The actual, when you look deeper into the actual portrayal, that dummy reversey thing, as they showed us with Dorian Brogy and all that, it makes them twice as big and twice as strong. So it's not that the 2-on-1 thing was, it was basically that it was like that 2-on-1, they basically both 1-on-one Rocks. That wasn't Rocks. It's just like, oh, Rocks with like a little +5 strength. That was Rocks at like ×2 capacity with unlimited haki.
I just don't see how
Oh, so hold on. So
final
you're
form
saying during this
Rocks.
fight,
I
are you
just don't
saying
see how
that?
final form
Sorry,
Rocks
sorry.
is
Are you saying
losing to a young Roger.
when? Are you
He's
saying
not.
when Rocks fought Roger and Garp, he was Domi reversing?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Then
saying.
hold on,
When
that means
wh-
Kwame's right. That means really this is
Yeah, but
him.
that's not the only fighting in the flashback. Rocks was
no no
still
no no
clearly
no
number
no, no,
one.
John
John,
John no, John, John,
you
no
know this guy,
that's why.
Rocks. Well, you probably already read this part. This guy killed an admiral and then carried on about his day. Like, this is not a normal pirate. I don't know
Yeah,
why
no, no,
people
no,
always
yeah, no,
forget that.
John, like
Roger is not doing that.
he's like
No one's
Odin.
doing
He's like Rocks is basically kind of like Odin bad boy on steroids. Like
No, 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 no,
it's
no, no, no,
deep,
no,
it's
no, no,
deep,
no, no.
it's deeper
Rocks,
than rap.
Rocks is the Shanks. He's that. He's not he's not my man. He's above that.
No, no, no. I mean, just like in terms of portrayal, like out of the three, Rocks is like a freak of nature. Like that's why I say, like, in terms of portrayal, from what I gather up until now, he just has a freakishly large hacky capacity. Like his hacky is just overwhelming. That's what. To be fair, yeah, that's what I imagine like Shanks to be.
Exactly.
But Rocks is like more, Shanks is more. He seems more finesse and technique.
Yeah, yeah,
Rox
for
is more.
sure. Because
Rox
Rocks
is
was
like
using the
Rox is
cannon
a
shit.
brute. Yeah, Rox is like he's a brute. It's like brute strength kind of thing. So he's just vicious with it. But I'm saying, so in terms of portrayal, I would say Rox was slightly stronger than Roger. So in terms of if they fight like 10 times out of 10, or so if they fight 10 times, I think probably uh um Rox is winning about what 6 or 7, and Garp will win 3 or 4, like just 1-on-1 straight off the bat, because it will come down to some things. But I think Rox, his hacking capacity is just dirty.
So
I'm
in this
just
flashback, has Harold fought, and how strong is Harold in comparison to all these other people?
Harold is very strong. Harold is very strong. He's a giant, that kind of thing, and he's big. He's an ancient giant as well, so he's bigger than the average giant. So he's basically, I think, probably to the strength of Dorian Brogy when they were Domi reversied. Like he's actually like a titan. But in the sense of, from what I've seen, if it came down to it and Harold was to like run ragged or run a rampage or whatever, Garp will bring him down.
No chance.
For me
No chance.
personally, for me personally, that
No chance. This is
Garp
Gop's
is a
biggest fan telling me
demon.
no chance.
Garp is a demon. Like you see when that flashback to
Just
Marie.
remember that version of Garp is not the best Garp, right?
No,
And
but I'm saying,
Harold, yeah, has every physical advantage over this guy. Every
What's the
single
best
physical
version of God?
advantage over him. Huh?
what's the
What's the
best
best
version of
version of
Garp?
God?
You both spoke at the same time.
What's the
You said the
best
same
version of
thing.
God?
Oh my days. I can't hear. You're both talking at the same time.
What's the
What
best
did you say?
version of God?
Oh, the best version of Garp, I would say would be, whilst Roger was, the top pirate, but
Okay, so
when it
that's
was
what I'm
Rox's
saying.
era,
So what he's
Roger
doing?
was still
So you're
like just,
saying you're proving my
that's what I'm
point.
saying. That's what I'm saying to these man. The Roger that made Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom run, that's not, not Roger. The Garp that made them man run, that's not prime Garp. I still think Garp got stronger after
Yeah,
this
but
flashback.
I'm saying,
The fact
but
that
I'm
you're
saying
saying this is not
Harold was
even prime
older.
God.
Yeah, but they don't age. Giants don't age the same way.
So I'm saying put. So
So
just if
question,
you could.
question, sorry,
So
question.
compare both their
You're saying
Johnny
primes.
even asked,
question.
yeah, did Rocks fight and whatever, but Rocks did fight. He why
He
do I keep
clashed
calling this man
Harold.
Rocks? Harold did fight, right? And the only fight he really had was with Rocks. They had the clash on the
They
day that the
clashed.
Admiral got bodied, and then they had a fight
Yeah, I remember
one
that.
of the times that they were trying to, well, Rocks was trying to get him to come on his side. But throughout the whole flashback, anytime Harold scrapped, yeah, it was literally one shots or him clashing with, the strongest guy at the time, which is Rocks. So his portrayal within the flashback, for me, is top two, at least.
Question. So you're saying
Nah,
if this is
man.
not the best version of Garp, wouldn't that? But he's doing what he's doing. Wouldn't that really make Garp debatably the strongest guy in the series ever?
Yes, he could be. Definitely. Just know, yeah, the day
He's
our
up
time
there.
do
He's
In
our
what
up
he's
there.
our
He's
list
up
doing,
of
there.
you're
all
saying this is not
time,
him at the
when we
best.
do the all time list, it's gonna
You're
you're
saying
gonna
Oh
see
Garp
wait.
God.
has
Oh
to be
wait. So
number
wait.
one,
Wait. Wait.
basically.
Wait. 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 What's it? Prince. Are you judging it on just that time
Yeah,
period?
I'm judging it on that time because the
Okay, that's fine. That's
best.
fine. No. I agree with
Yeah,
that
no, I'm
because
saying
Harold
prime
is
God for me,
older. At that point,
is
Harold
gonna
is
be
closer to
better
his prime
than
than
prime
Garp is.
Harold.
That's saying no. At that time,
But at
Harold
that
is
time,
close.
Harold was
Yeah,
number two.
At that time, Harold is closer to his prime than Garp is. If it's both their primes, I'm taking Garp.
Yeah,
So
same,
you're
same. When it
basically
comes
saying
to
that
all
Garp is
time,
the
the
so
best version
you're
of Garp, highest overall, I'll pick
so
Garp as well.
for both of
Yeah.
you, you're saying Garp is the strongest guy in One Piece ever so far.
Not
No,
the
no, no,
whole
no,
show. It's
no,
not done.
no,
It's
no, no,
not
no,
over.
no, no.
But
Not
Both
the whole
like, as
show.
of right now,
As
no,
of right
no,
now, he's
because
top three.
if we were to
for
do
me,
an
I would say so.
all-timer
If we're
list,
talking
you're
about
saying
all
Garp is number
time,
one.
Garp. First of all,
I'll
it's
say it's
too
top
early
three
to
right
do the
now.
all time. But for me, I expect Garp to be in my top five all
As
time.
of as of as of right now, if you're to do an all-time list, is he number one?
No,
As of right
not
now,
number one because
as of right now, he's
people
top
like
three.
Emu exist, people like Joy Boy exist.
Outside
So
outside outside of Emu, outside of Emu.
then
Outside,
I expect Joy Boy, the original Joy Boy, to be stronger than Garp. I expect that.
Okay. Joy Boy. Okay.
I also
Um,
expect Shanks to be stronger than Garp.
I was gonna
So
say
with people that we really know.
outside of Emo and Joy Boy, I'm still taking Shanks over
yeah, Shanks as well.
Prime
I think
Garp.
So you're
Shanks is
saying
close.
Shanks is better than Garp? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect him to
Shanks,
be.
bro, when you watch this, yeah, when you see a young Shanks, and when I saw what he was saying to these man, knowing what I know now, when I tell you this boy is about to be deadly, bro.
Yeah, no,
This
Shanks is a
he's
monster
about to do
because
something
what
sickening.
the thing I've been impressed about with Shanks the most is how cunning he is, and the fact that he's standing right in front of his dad's face just lying to this man.
Bro,
Like,
you
I
see, I
didn't know
said
he
it.
was that cold to be doing all this. Do all this espionage, all these covert missions,
Bro,
and he's
he,
24 doing this shit. So
he's
Shanks is
actually he's
Luffy
actually
should
a
never.
madman.
Imagine the
And
Straw Hats split up, and then Luffy goes to go work in the Revolutionaries to try to do a thing. That it just the plan wouldn't like. Shanks has got that espionage for sure.
Johnny, yeah, it's like the way that the portrayal is, yeah, they gave him like god tier level portrayal. At the moment when Garp and Rox basically charged their shit up to do a combined attack on Domireversi Rox,
Rocks.
they were like when they're clashing or when like shit's getting heated, there's niggas around just random parts of the island passing out. And at that
Yeah,
point,
you know,
babe, and at
when
that point,
Harold and Rocks had that first clash, yeah, everyone within a 5 mile radius was blown away from.
yeah,
The
he
power
took
levels are
five
just
miles.
crazy.
But what's it? At the time when Garp and Roger are about to try to smoke rocks, bro, baby Shanks is just crawling around the island. There's niggas,
Yeah, that
grown men.
even brings me to ask, what did you think of Dragon in the flashback?
Garp let him out.
Yeah, no, but I just mean overall, his whole portrayal, how he was on God Valley with his little gun.
I fuck with it. I think he
Because
had a
he was
good.
getting a lot of hate.
No, I think he had a
Dragon is
good
getting hate. Why is
subtle
he getting hate?
opening to his story. It was a good subtle opening.
Why is Dragon getting hate?
You know how the fans are. If you
Niggas were
don't come
calling
out
him
here and get
niggas were
Zora
calling him a bitch,
portrayal, you're
basically.
gonna have to hear noise. So
Nah,
because
to be fair, it's kind of whiny,
no,
but
I
it's
feel
like
like he showed a lot of heart. You know, he was trying to be a good Marine. You could tell that's the event that
So
at least
basically, what
sparked.
it sounds like,
I liked it.
Yeah,
so
but a lot
basically
of
what it
people's
sounds
hating on him.
like
I
is
liked it as
that
well.
Older has
He was
basically given
16.
character. So basically, what it sounds like, Older is basically giving character to characters that don't have a character so far, and people
Bro,
are kind of
he's given
and now they're
he
losing aura.
Yeah, because the
he's
God Valley
he's
Flashback
basically
here was
given
the
some life
catalyst
to the mystique.
for half of the world
Exactly. The
to
thing is,
do what they did going
the
forward.
problem with hyping with characters that don't really have a character, examples of would be Shank, maybe not Shanks, Mihawk,
Hmm.
Dragon, etc.,
What do
etc.
you when you say don't have do you mean don't have character?
Mystique.
So there's a lot of mystique about them because there's not really much information about them.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
because of
yeah.
that,
It's
what they
like
do,
it's just like a figure. Like we
exactly.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
know
but you see,
all we
but
know is
that's
the
what I'm saying.
headlines and
It's good to
titles.
see
So
Dragon's
so
formative years and
the
what
problem the
sparked him
problem with
to
that
I,
change and
the
mm.
leave the
problem with that
Marines.
is that you in your head you hype them up to a certain level, and he can be whatever you want him to be because he doesn't necessarily have a character yet. So when you actually give it a character to a person in they're shrouded in shadows, it's always going to be a disappointment to a certain degree.
Do you know
Yeah,
what it
but
is?
but
Yeah,
but yeah, but I feel like people do too much. Where if you look at the man like Dragon is today, yeah, I never expected him at no point in his life to be like Luffy and Garp. So where people's getting
that's what
onto
I was
him,
gonna
yeah,
say. It
for
makes
not,
sense.
just being center stage, trying to face the three admirals with the fucking mast and all that shit. Dragon's not like that. So for
Nah.
me to see what
Hmm.
Dragon was on, I don't see him in a negative way. But a lot of
I see
people
that
do
I
because they
see him as
wanted
someone
him
that's
Same,
seen the
to
truth
is it
get
from
that
from
Zoro
himself.
portrayal and just
is it
win
not the
every
same
exchange,
thing
and
with
that's what people was trying to
Roger?
see.
Is it not the same
Huh?
thing with Roger where you had everyone had Roger had kind of held him to a certain regard. Now
Yeah,
you're
and see
giving him a character.
in this flashback,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the same thing happened with Roger, where every week these man's coming on Twitter talking about, oh, he's lost aura, he's losing this, he's
Allah.
losing that. Then people's making videos. Is Roger as strong as we thought he was? Just because he likes Gyal, like people
Allah.
looking at him negatively
Like my
because he
feel
likes
like
Gyal.
girl.
These man are different. You could tell,
Wilding.
but for me, I just looked at it as that's not that's not prime Roger. Prime Roger was that Odin flashback.
I don't even think it's about the strength. It's just that they fans don't like it when you basically have mysterious characters and you kind of give them
Nah,
a character.
it's not even the
You know?
mysterious one. Like fans just want every character to be a G. So no matter
Yeah,
what you're
exactly.
doing,
And
no
that's what
matter how
happened.
you're doing it, you just have to
With
be
this
the best
agenda
and
piece
have to be
stuff,
a G.
with this
In in
agenda piece stuff as well, yeah.
in in
Everyone
the
has to
in
be portrayed as the ultimate bad man. If not, it's gonna be problems.
exactly in the cases of two similar cases, Dragon and
Which
Roger.
basically sounds like don't meet your heroes type of thing.
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's the fact of everyone wants them to be G, especially the characters of how they were portrayed. They
Yeah,
weren't
yeah,
even
that's basically don't
portrayed,
meet your hero. Because
but
everyone has like a hero. When you actually meet your hero, you find it's a normal guy. You're like, it's not really what I was expecting.
No,
but
you know
then
what I
but
think
then
this is? I think
if
this is people more wanting to win an argument with someone they know in a real life thing. That's
exactly
really
that's what I
what,
was gonna
because
say.
it's a gender piece. That's what it's come
It's
down
more
to.
so like it's not even like oh people were missold something, and when
Yeah,
you
I don't think
actually
it's
meet
that.
No, no, I'm not
Because
and
saying
when you
look at
actually
it this way,
I'm
John.
just saying
and when you actually meet the
Look at it this
person,
way, yeah.
it's
Look
like
at it
oh
this way. You see
it wasn't really like that.
how a Basanji guy, yeah. Imagine if this whole time I've been a dragon guy, and I'm telling you, look how cold dragon is, how bad dragon is, and then we get the whole flashback of dragon, and he's walking around with a pistol, just getting bodied, yeah. And then the one job he had was to protect a baby, and he couldn't even do that.
And he
Man, then will
loses a
be looking
baby,
for me,
and then he gets arrested by his boy.
and then he gets arrested. Save no one basically, save people, but without even knowing, and then got arrested. Yeah, and then your dad has to come and give you keys to come out the cell. Like,
And and I know you can say is I hate you.
and but that's him. That's his formative years. I don't look at him any different, but
And no, but
just know the
because it's
fandom,
like
the fandom they're gonna have their shots. They're gonna take their shot. You know what even happened here, which surprised me, but it just shows how serious a gender piece is. Yeah, when so after Roger and Garp had taken out Rocks, yeah, the Gods Knights were coming in to finish them off, right? But Rayleigh and Scopper came in and picked up Garp and picked up
Really
Roger,
smart for
right?
that.
And guys were on Twitter laughing at Bogard fans because it was Scopper that picked up Garp, and they're saying, "Where's Bogard? Where's Bogard?" Everything is about
Is Bogard even a
it's
real
turned into
character?
football, huh?
Is Bogard even a real character like that?
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, obviously he's canon, but he ain't canon like that. But because of
Like,
the internet,
so far,
like,
he's not
just
even a
know
real
Bogard
character.
is more famous on the internet than he is in the actual One Piece world. I'm telling you, bro. You know,
It's because they want,
it's certain
they
agendas,
want,
but that's one thing that was so
you
good
know what
about
it
the
is?
flashback.
It's
So many agendas got quelled. So many agendas had their
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. It straightened out bare shit.
with
Yeah,
Bogard,
straightened out bear
it
shit.
sounds
Straightened
like
out bear
the
shit.
same thing where he's not even a real character, but he's shrouded in mystique, and that's what they love about him. But if Oda actually gives him a character, he's just going to be some clown as well.
Who?
People are going to start hating him, even though he's strong.
Who? Dragon.
Bogard, he's not a real character.
Oh no, but the thing about Bogard, we're at the stage where Bogard ain't even coming into the show. You know what the biggest agenda was, yeah, within this flashback was that whole Mihawk shit. Because Rox is a swordsman with no black blade, and then
Hold on,
Mihawk is a
is Rock
swordsman with one.
Rock's,
Huh?
from based off what you've seen, is Rox a swordsman or is he a true
He's got a
swordsman?
sword, bro. Like he
Is
has to
he?
be a
Is he?
swordsman.
Hold on, is he Zoro swordsman or is he Big Mom swordsman?
He's a big mom swordsman, but
Okay,
you know, he's actually closer to Zoro than a big mom, to be fair.
of course. Okay,
You know, because he's not pulling out Napoleon that's talking. He's using sword and haki, but he's not
yeah.
got, mad
So he's
techniques like a
Shanks
Zoro.
swordsman. So he's basically okay.
He's like a brawler swordsman, if that's even
So he's
like
not
a thing.
he's not no Bushido or anything like that. He's a
No,
swordsman,
you could
but
tell
he's
he
not.
don't care about his swords.
Okay,
But
first.
he's still
Okay.
a swordsman.
Opinions, like, are there any characters in the flashback so far or in the flashback that you want to talk about?
I mean,
Because I haven't read
Yeah,
anything for about 2 months, so I feel like there going to be one or two characters that their characters get fleshed out a little bit more. Maybe something you're surprised about.
I would say Kuma, definitely Kuma. Shanks
is Kuma in the
got
flashback?
fleshed out. Sorry?
Is Kuma in the flashback?
yeah.
Hey, you need to read
Kuma's
this thing. If you see
If you ever talk about smoke,
I
don't
don't want to
forget
spoil that. I
Kuma.
don't want to spoil that. I don't want to
If you
spoil
if
what
you
he
ever
said.
talk,
I don't know.
Nah, man, it's too good.
Johnny,
Too good.
I'm gonna tell you one thing now. Yeah, if you ever talk about smoke, just don't forget Kuma, innit?
Yeah, like
If you
Kuma is one of
ever,
the
if
best
you're ever, if you ever,
characters ever, man.
even if you're walking past, even if you're walking past a random cafe, you just hear someone talk about smoke, just chat to them and just say, "Hey, yo, Kuma."
Something that's more meaty. Did you man see how Captain John had kid fruit?
Hey, he
What
got
happened?
blown in his face.
Hey, fam, imagine the last two users of the fruits are bums, man. That's crazy. You know,
I think the
Captain
fruit,
John,
I think the
he
fruit
had
might make them done because of the magnetism.
Captain John
yeah,
has a devil fruit.
huh?
The fruit might reject good ideas.
Captain John has a devil fruit.
He had kid
Yeah,
fruit.
yeah, kids, a magnet fruit.
He had kids.
He had, yeah,
This
yeah.
ain't looking good.
I
A lot
think,
of people was talking about that when it came out.
I think the whole magnetism of the fruit blocks out
Is he good
good
with his fruit?
ideas.
Is he good?
No, it was trash, man. He got blown up in his face.
He didn't have a good showing, man. He didn't have a good
Is he
showing.
Yeah,
dead?
yeah, yeah. Someone shot him in his face. I mean, cheeky.
Well, he died.
Nah,
Nah,
he
but
died.
he got defeated. Like as
Yeah, he
all
got
the
defeated.
madnesses is happening in God
He got
Valley, yeah.
incapacitated. He got
He used the
incapacitated.
fruit, and so basically bare fodder, and so you had like the top fighters was all trying to fight Emu. Then you had like the B-listers, the Shikis, the Silver Axes, the Captain Johns. They was actually on pirate ship trying to get their treasure, do their thing, and cut out. And
They're trying to get fruits and money.
fruits and shit. So they were all having their little battle royale, and then at a point,
And then
you know
Big
that
Mom dipping in and out.
you know that repel. well, it's not repel because I guess repel moves stuff away from you, but he does.
Attract in it, something.
Oh, he called it Big Eater. I remember. He called
Okay,
it's not
yeah,
even
Big
attack.
Eater. That was
It's
it.
a technique called Big Eater, and he drew all the treasure towards him. Yeah, it's a mad panda. All the
Everyone's
treasure comes
guns, all
towards him.
that.
Then I think someone just blows him up at some. Oh, it was actually the guy
I
who
think it was
blew him up
Shiki.
was right. It was Wang Ji, I think, the character,
Oh,
and that's the guy who had Mr. Five's fruit back in the day. You know the bogey thing, the bogey bombs.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that took down Captain John.
Burst him in his face.
Talking about Shiki a second. I saw something on the internet where someone said that Shiki is actually overrated based off this flashback because remember when Shiki went to Marineford? No, did he go? No, was it Marineford? He went to
Yeah, it was Marineford.
Yeah,
Or
Marineford.
he
Infodal.
went to Marineford and he basically 2 versus 1 Garpin,
Sengoku.
Garpin and Sengoku. People are now saying based off how strong other people are and how strong Garp is, etc. That I don't think it was even Garp and Sengoku that actually beat him up. It was probably just one guy. Either what it was
No,
just
I
either
would say
or
No,
Sengoku.
it's the
I think it
same
was
thing
I
at
think it was
that
both of
time.
them, but it was just quicker.
And you have to remember they're fighting at Marineford. That's their workplace. They want to
So
minimize the damage.
basically, they're saying what happened is it was probably like a low diff. It wasn't even a mid diff. It wasn't a high diff. It was
No, it should be low diff. It's 2 top tiers against 1, isn't it? Like they should mash him up.
Yeah,
how good is Shiki shown so far?
He's
not
he's
not good,
he's
not good
more
at all.
impressed me with how much of a scumbag he is.
Yeah,
You know,
I think he's another Buggy the Clown.
no, he's big. He's better than that.
No, he can do something. He's just Buggy the Clown on like I can fight a bit, but
Saying
he
No,
Buggy
can't.
the
he
Clown
he can
is
actually
He's
fight.
not
you're
really
accustomed
trying
to it.
to.
Calling someone
He's
Buggy
not.
is a cost, by the way.
Yeah,
Huh?
no, he's way better than Buggy. Buggy,
Calling
yeah,
someone Buggy is a
is
cost, buddy.
Nah.
Buggy is just
Buggy's about it,
pure
you know.
luck.
Buggy's a yonko, you know. Don't do that.
He's just failing upwards, just somehow, some way. But he's not.
I told you. That's what I'm saying. Shiki just like
Because you
he'll
know,
get
for me,
shot down in his
Shiki, yeah,
face,
Shiki
land on
can
the
never
fruit.
be a Buggy. Because for me, Shiki's more impressive than Kid.
I think
Everyone's more impressive.
he's more experienced at being
Yeah, but
Buggy.
no,
You
but
know,
Buggy isn't.
he's more experienced than being Buggy. That's why
Yeah, exactly. Buggy, like for me,
he.
Buggy's not a guy. Like
Okay, I'll give you this. Shiki is Buggy with experience.
no, because okay, think about this. Can Buggy ever at any stage fight 2 admirals and not die?
Yes,
Oh come on. There's no
I'm
way he
saying
can do that. And also, yeah,
you're
there's no
questioning
way. There's
you're
think about it.
questioning.
He
I'm
already
saying
has one up on Buggy where they were in the same prison. One escaped. One needed Luffy to escape. These men are not on the same level.
that's what I'm saying with experience, bro. If Buggy had more haki and could fight a bit,
Are
Buggy
you
would be out there.
arguing Buggy and Shiki? What are we doing here? You think they're similar?
I'm not saying they're same level. I'm saying Shiki is clearly miles ahead and better. I'm saying that in the styles that they have, the main difference in both of them, obviously Shiki is much stronger because Buggy can't fight. I'm just saying that in the grand scheme of things, the only real difference because Buggy can get all those things that Shiki is better than him at with experience. It's just that Buggy's young in the younger years and what we've seen of Shiki
That
was in
man's
his
40 years
prime
old.
or older years. That's what I'm saying. We haven't seen if for example, if you were to see a young Shiki, I wouldn't imagine it's too far away from Buggy.
In
Uh,
terms
y-
of what?
in terms
This
of
is
being an
magic.
idiot, I'm
Why,
saying in terms of being an
why is Buggy
idiot,
and Shiki in the same conversation?
stumbling across treasure, in terms of assembling a crew in a stupid way, in terms of
It
like
sounds more like
people.
Usopp.
No, it's not. He's not a liar. That's what I'm saying. It's not that he's a liar. Like that's why Buggy is like, okay, Buggy is a liar, but it's more so like he has dumb luck as well.
You know,
Yeah,
people
I
are gonna
mean,
laugh at us because we're having this conversation, and listening.
I don't really think Buggy has a parallel from that era, to be honest. But
Buggy is a unique character, man. Let's just leave him alone.
do you remember when Mandem used to do those comparisons and be like, "Oh, Law is Whitebeard,
Oh
Kid is
yeah,
this
yeah, all
one,
that.
this is."
No, but I
I'm
hated
telling
that.
you, pound for pound, that old era is just way better. Like these men need to
That
sit
that
down.
old that
Remember,
old era is
I used
that
to
old
hate
era
all
is
that stuff.
dangerous.
You know, when you used to say that, people used to say it was you guys. It was like you guys, like people.
It was
People
One
are.
Piece fans, man. Now
Not
you
It
just
was
me.
trying
you
to
guys.
make it, man.
I was
Not
the
me.
only one saying that I hate all of that comparison stuff. It's not that serious.
Nah, I wasn't doing that.
No, but
You
that
were
was the
all
thing that the
saying
fan
this,
base did. People used to like compare the
and
guys
I
of
hated it.
today to the guys of the past. And
Niggas
now
used
that
to
I
do
we're
it with
hated it.
really
the
seeing the guys
nigga.
of the
Niggas
past,
used to do it
yeah,
with Luffy and all that.
you
That's
can't
what.
compare them.
Niggas. You people are lying. Niggas are you. You guys are niggas.
Nah, it weren't
Everyone used
me,
to do
man.
it. It was a thing of the
Not
fan
me.
base.
No, I know you guys remember me saying I hate all that comparison stuff. I've been
Yeah,
saying it from day one.
I was on your side, bro.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
I
okay.
was on your
Fam,
side with
no
that
one
shit.
here can tell
Hey,
me, yeah,
nah,
that I ever
don't bring
was
that to
saying that
me.
Law is Whitebeard and that kid is no, like I don't know
All
how
you
you're
man
trying to
used to
make this me.
compare saying Zoro, Rayleigh, Luffy, Roger. I was like, allow the
No,
comparison
but that's
to
the
be by
thing.
themselves, man.
That's why I even brought up the parallels because some some characters actually do have a parallel, back
And
then.
even if they do have parallels, I hate it anyway.
So you did. Oh, you haven't read it, but watching that fight, yeah, with Rox, Garp, and Roger. At points in the fight, yeah, it literally looks like you're watching Luffy and Ace teaming up. Like it was,
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
it was, it was shades of them, man.
It's actually mad.
It was mad, innit? Like reading that,
It's
yeah,
quite
seeing
mad. It's
it
quite
looked
mad.
like Ace and Luffy, like it's crazy. And that's why I look at Dragon,
And I
yeah,
can't lie, they're
and Dragon's gonna be
dangerous.
so different as in terms of in comparison to other anime dads because the trope dad for
Not even a
Luffy
real
is
dad.
already Garp. So that's why I'm so interested to see what Dragon is like, bro, when this guy actually comes.
He's barely even a dad.
Yeah, he's obviously it's shonen, so he's definitely not a dad. But you know how shonens
I
are,
want to know
yeah.
the what's it? I want to know the expectations that Dragon has for Luffy. That's what I want to know.
In
Why?
terms of what?
Because, for example, Garp's expectations for Luffy was to become a marine.
Yeah,
Dragon
but
just
he
I
has
don't
sees.
think
no
he even
leg to
has
stand on trying to
No, no,
tell
I'm
anyone to
saying,
do
but
anything. You
no,
left
obviously,
this
for
man to
real.
die.
no, I'm saying obviously it didn't work. But I'm saying at this point now, we don't know in terms of if Dragon is happy he has a son, if Dragon like is hoping to see his son, if Dragon wants to stay away from his son. We don't know like his mind frame or sentiment towards Luffy right
I
now.
think
So I'm
all of
saying
that stuff.
I'm
I think all of that
what
stuff should be irrelevant until you find out, right? Like because we've seen Dragon in a flashback, but we need to see Dragon's flashback, if that makes sense. Because
no, no, I'm
Luffy,
saying we've seen it.
yeah, but then
No,
there's no.
not in full, not
We
in
No, no,
haven't
no,
we
detail.
haven't seen
no.
Dragon's
I'm
flashback.
saying
We've
no, no.
just seen him in a flashback.
There'll obviously be more, and obviously, there will be another flashback where
Because
we will find out more about
basically what I'm
Dragon.
trying to say,
I'm saying in the sense of
there's no connection between Dragon and Luffy apart from the fact that there's someone that said that these two are related. There's no relationship.
that's my point. My point is at this point now, we will see another flashback where we will know obviously more in depth details about Dragon. I'm saying right now we know how he became Dragon, how he got the ideology, how he got the viewpoint, and how he was in terms of
First,
where he started.
we know how he became Dragon, but we don't know how he became Luffy's dad. And so far, he's
That
not Luffy's dad. He's just
that's
Dragon.
my I'm saying that's my point. So that's what will come later down the line. I'm saying what I'm interested
Maybe,
in.
but
I,
I'm interested in that, but I don't think that's something that would necessarily come. It may not even come.
I think it will come, but I'm saying I think it will come later down the line, maybe with what I'm saying as well. What I'm saying is I'm interested in what his expectations are for Luffy, because, for example, Garp's expectations was for them to become Marines. That didn't happen. For Dragon, is it a thing of when he now eventually does meet Luffy, he's like, okay, well, you're strong enough now, you're at this level strength, you can join the revolutionaries,
You do
or is
know
it? Or is it a
Dragon
thing of he's like,
coming to the
or is it,
story
or
with anything like that will literally make him a villain.
no, 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 that's what I'm saying. I'm saying,
How
or is
dare
it, or
you
is
try and pull up now, 20 years later, talking about some you need to do X, Y, Z. Nah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
I
saying,
think I think that's Babsky's
it
character
could
to
be,
even mention.
huh?
That's
I think it's
ridiculous.
Babsky's character.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm not saying that's what I want to happen. I'm just saying that's an example. I'm just saying, so like, what will it be? Because when they meet, it's not going to be a thing of, oh, okay, they both just start laughing and carrying on, and how are you? And okay, I'll see you tomorrow, kind
Anything,
of thing.
Loki, I don't want them to even. Not, it'll be interesting if they meet, but it's not something that I really thought about at this moment in time.
No, I
I
want them
think
to meet.
because it doesn't really like. It's because I don't see a relationship at all
That's what I'm
between
saying.
any
So
of them.
from that point, oh,
I'm more
like
interested
it
in him
give
meeting
it,
Dragon than meeting
Yeah,
Shanks.
I'm not
Th-
interested in that.
That's that's what
I
I'm
am.
saying.
There should be
I'm saying it gives Oda a job that he now has to put something into that story. He
first,
has to
first,
add
first.
he has to add another dynamic to make that link in terms of, for example, imagine if they both meet and Dragon is serious to the world, Luffy's one way, but as soon as they meet and they're in the same room, they're doing, like, for example, for the anime viewers, they're doing shit in all in sync. Putting their finger in the nose the same way, scratching the head the same way, or whatever. Like, it's just that kind of thing to say, bring that father son link into it. Or is it going to be a thing of, okay, well, maybe Dragon now becomes a semi op where Luffy's like, well, I'm not going to fight you because you're my dad, but now I have to leave this island where we are because you've just made the suggestion that now I have to join the revolutionaries rather than the same thing Grandpa was doing with the Marines, or
Are you talking about? Is it
whatever it may
what
be.
Dragon is thinking about that in current time, or is this some time before when? Like, what do you mean? What is this current time?
I'm saying at any point when he eventually meets him, I'm just interested to know what Oda's going to put in as the dynamic. So I'm saying it can go either way. Obviously, there's no way that we can actually even guess what it might be. Nothing alludes to what it might be because, like you said, I agree, there's nothing there now. I'm just saying it will actually, what I'm interested in is when they eventually do meet, what's going to be the thing? Because it's going to, like, Oda has to put
They've got a
something in
common
between.
enemy,
Yeah,
so they're most likely
but
going to
in that,
team up.
in the common enemy, when they team up, is Dragon gonna be like nonchalant, like, you're my son, but you better be able to keep up, and then just start keep going,
The
like just
guy's a
normal
yonker.
fight? Or is it gonna be more like the fatherly figure towards him to say, oh, I've been waiting for this, there's some stuff I have to tell you, and then actually tells him some certain secrets of the world and whatever it may be. So I'm saying there's different ways it can go in it.
Yeah, for sure, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's going to be positive, and they're most likely going to team up and against the world government because the final
Yeah,
saga
even that,
is all about.
I never think the team up will be like that on the same battlefield. I think it will just be the planning will coincide,
Yeah, yeah. I
and
think it will be a
and
thing
drag
where,
and Dragon
the
says, okay,
revolutionaries are on the
I'm gonna do
west, the
this.
strawhats on the east type of thing, but they're both fighting the
Yeah,
same.
exactly. Like we spoken beforehand. Like, you go this way, I'm gonna handle my shit down here. Make sure you handle your shit down there, kind of thing. And then they just kind of go their separate ways.
You man see Dragon dying.
Uh, nah,
Are you saying, do I
nah.
want to see Dragon die?
To be fair, hmm,
I feel like he could die
Um,
because
I feel
why?
like,
his his enemy is Emu, and if you're fucking with that boy Emu, you can definitely die.
to be fair, his enemy isn't. Well, it is, but it isn't really
Is
Emu.
Emu. Emu. So
It is
Dragon's
now.
enemy
Yeah,
is
to be fair,
the
yeah,
world
yeah,
government, and Emu is the leader of the world government.
yeah. I was gonna say, fair, he's more scorned at the world government and like national policing. He's not even. I don't know. That was from the flashback anyway. Now it's probably got to that level, but. Bro,
I
Kuma,
feel like
Ivankov,
I
they've been out
no,
there.
no. Emu is definitely Dragon's enemy based off what Sabo has
and
now
that's why I'm
informed us.
saying, like, I feel like
Yeah, true, true,
I feel
true.
like
Sabo
they're
has
gonna
already
fight.
informed Dragon that there's
I think
someone who's
the two fights for Dragon is gonna be Akainu and Emu, or maybe one of them.
why Akayuni? Wouldn't that be Sabo?
I don't think Saba can fuck with Akainu. One, and
It's
then two.
but
Um,
it's not really about
But
strength.
in the
It's
but
war,
you know he's
it's about
gonna.
story.
you, you think Akainu will
Story
fall
is
to
more
Saba?
important than strength.
You
Yeah,
think that's
Sabo.
Akainu's final fight?
It, it's not. But the thing is, yeah, you need to think
Obviously,
Be
about
you
underwhelming.
man. So we can do us a little thing, another hour thing tomorrow or something.
By your team.
yeah,
Arsenal,
before
yeah,
before you
Arsenal,
go. I just want
Arsenal.
to say, look, it's about
Mm.
story first. it needs to make sense for the story, not just because
Yeah, I
who's
agree with
from.
that.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
on paper, Akiuni and Dragon, there's nothing there really. It's
there's
about
a lot there.
it. I don't think there's a lot there because it's not
Then
Akiuni versus.
then you're not remembering what happened in Marineford at the war when this guy constantly kept going on about Dragon. We know they're the same
Yes,
age. We know Dragon was a
But why?
former
Yeah, but
Marine.
why? Though? You have to ask yourself why. If you can't think of
Yeah, but
I
anything,
think I
but
think
why?
but
because
I feel like
I
I
think he
feel like
sees
in One
Dragon as a
Piece,
traitor.
in One Piece, exactly. So there's something there in One Piece when people talk about other characters, it's usually
Yeah,
because they know them.
because of history. Yeah,
Yeah, they
So
may have a history, but okay. The reason that we talk about Luffy versus Akayuni is because he's killed Ace, and we know that Sabo is basically one of the inheritors of Ace's will. You know what I mean? And we know that Luffy probably has bigger fish that to fry than Akayunu, and we know Sabo probably needs something. And I'm not
But
trying to say
but but
Akayunu
but
has to
but
have
but
something thrown
look
away
at the
like Sabo.
war. Look at the war. Yeah, we had three admirals, and one of them kept saying "Dragon's son, Dragon's son, Dragon's son," because
and
he
and
knows Dragon.
also and also John, hear this. It doesn't mean I hear what you're saying, but both two things can be right. It doesn't mean Sabo doesn't get his fight. Doesn't mean he doesn't
Sabo,
get
if
his
Sabo gets
ones.
that fight, he dies. By the way,
But
I
then
hope you
that's
man
what I'm
know that.
saying. He might not finish the fight for the purpose of not dying. So it might be that Dragon then takes on the fight for him. It is a revolutionary thing to do, in terms of, okay, I'm gonna fight in your stead to make sure we win.
I see
We fuck
Sabo
up this all.
fighting. I see Sabo fighting a God's Knight. I don't think
Yeah, yeah. I
fucking with
see.
no.
I see Sabo versus versus Shamrock.
Yeah, see something like that. That's
I see
more of
Sabo
a.
Shamrock and then Shanks doing a madness to the Gorosei, a five Gorosei.
I want to see Shanks versus Garland. That's a fight I
Yeah,
need to
I
see.
think it's gonna be Shanks 5 versus 1.
Shanks will die.
No, no, no,
If
not
five, five
die.
man.
What do you mean?
5 versus 1. Five
I
God
think
Knights that
five
can regenerate
Gorosei,
versus
five
one person.
Gorosei. No, bro, five Gorosei,
Gorosei are even strong. You think Shanks can take on the Gorosei? Oh,
five Gorosei.
possible.
I think Shanks. No, I'm not saying no, no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me clarify before I leave. I'm not saying take him on to win and like fuck up all five. I'm just saying in the sense of, I think how that fight starts is he picks a fight with all five of them, saying, "Listen," steps in a room, slices one on his arm, saying, "Yeah, listen, let's go. You man, transform up. What we doing?" Goes for another one. Like I think
If
he's
that
actually.
happens, you're gonna need Lucky Roo. You're gonna need Beckman. You're gonna
What
need
do you think they're
Yasop.
here for?
Yeah, well, shit. You was making it seem like it would just be him.
Yeah, yeah, maybe initially, maybe he might tell them, man, you might stay back. You know, I might die on this one, but One Piece is, it's in the
All right,
corner down there.
before you leave, quick thoughts on the flashback and this arc as a whole, and where it's potentially going to go when we get to current events for both of you.
So right now they've said, or they've given a hint that, okay, it was against Harold's will, whatever was happening towards the end. So they're given that thingy. At that point, Loki was imprisoned, which I don't think that was too clear before, that while Harold was alive, Loki was imprisoned. I thought it was kind of implied that Loki was imprisoned because of Harold's death. So I don't know. I think I need to reread that part. So it was a bit
No,
foggy
no,
there
no.
when when
He
I
he
read it.
was he was, but he was bagged on the day Harold died and released anyway. That day for a separate
No,
reason. He was
no,
bagged
no.
because
But before Harold died, don't you remember? When Harold was when Harold was trying to hold himself down, saying I ain't got enough time,
yeah, saying
where
release him.
call somebody. He said call hydrogen first. He said hydrogen is overseas. That there's no
Yeah,
one.
then
Like,
they
what's
said
up? Can
call
we
Loki.
help?
Yeah,
Yeah, when he said Loki's in prison, he said release him now. So he was in
yeah,
prison for something else.
yeah. But we know what he was in prison for.
What was he in prison for?
He burnt down his mom's village because they poisoned Ida.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why he was in prison. So he bust case for that basically that day when he came out.
Okay, okay, but yeah, so but I think yeah, similar to rocks, I think it's a willpower thing. That voice of first of all, I think Rocks was talking to Roger and Garp with the voice of all things, to tell them to kill him.
Yeah, yeah, he was.
So I don't know. That's not really a hot take, but I think it was a voice of all things because they sounded like they didn't know where it was coming from, but they recognized the voice. So it was obviously like, well, he's not talking. So I think it was that. Um, and then in terms of the arc where it's going, I see it. What's the next? Obviously, I think the next little reveal, I think we all know now, it's going to be a thing of Loki didn't actually kill him. I don't think he went on the rampage. I think it was a thing of, or maybe he did, but he was probably obviously begging Loki to kill him first of all. Some guards might have got involved after the fact or just before, and then he's killed a bunch of guards. Loki's tried to plead with him, whatever, and Loki just had to kill him, and that's when he's been found out. So it's like, okay, Loki's murked, which is probably what a lot of us guessed at the start when Loki was chained up, and then he was given allusions to like it was false things involved. But oh shit, I wanted to ask you. I think Daryl, sorry, Prince would have remembered. You know when Loki was talking to someone on the phone,
Yeah,
what was the person's name? Was it Mosa?
yeah, yeah.
I know who it is.
What you saw that Shirahoshi theory?
Yeah, it's King Neptune.
Would be, yeah.
It's King Neptune. Because that when King Neptune was talking to King Harold about just about the kids, and he
Yeah,
said,
yeah. He
"Oh, I'm gonna."
mentioned that his
Yeah,
daughter. Well, yeah, yeah,
he said, yeah, my daughter, in the future, it'll be my daughter and Mosa Mosa.
yeah, yeah.
You guys
Yeah, it
speaking
could be
English? What did
Neptune.
you say?
Is them, is that, is it,
What the
because
hell's a
I'm
Mosa
literally,
Mosa? The hell you man saying?
huh?
What's a Mosa Mosa? You speaking English?
Yeah, because no, because I don't know why, because but before I jumped on the call, obviously I had to catch up quick in it. But when I was reading the, I was just skimmed it, when I was reading the latest chapter, um, that's what stood out. When I saw the Mosa Mosa, I was thinking, why, who's
What's a
Mosa? Why is he
Mosa
calling
Mosa?
him
What are you
Mosa?
saying?
So, John, you know the guy. So you know when Loki's back when we first got to Elbaf, and he's using
Yeah,
the Dende Mushi, and he's got a friend that he's been chatting to for years.
That,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's been giving him confidence and
Yeah,
saying I believe
that
him
guy,
and all that.
that person that he's chatting to on the Dende and Mushi, called Mosa. Yeah, and in the flashback, after Harold gets the God Seal, he goes to visit Neptune in Fishman Island, and they're talking, drinking, and
And then yeah,
Neptune's telling Harold about how he's gonna have a daughter, and because of Neptune's bare hairy with his mad beard, Harold's saying to Neptune, "Oh, your daughter's gonna be Musa Musa," and I think that means hairy in Japanese, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why the theory came out that
oh,
it's
swear I didn't know
either
that.
Tsuruhoshi. That's
But
after the
yeah, he
chapter came
said.
out. That's what the theory guys are saying.
But then when he was talking to Harold, what he was saying was about them two getting married in the future, and then he was like, okay, yeah, let's have a drink to like the future to my daughter and Mosa Mosa Kun or Mosa Mosa. So then when I heard that, I was thinking, who the hell's Mosa? Like, why is he calling someone Mosa? And I was like, asked to see if that person's name was Mosa, then I think Mosa is probably just the nickname that they throw around. So I think it's King Neptune that Loki's been speaking to.
Yeah, could be.
But what about you, Daryl?
Yeah.
What's your overall thoughts of the arc?
My
I know
overall thoughts
I
are
know you
it's the
love it.
best flashback in One Piece history. It was
What do
Garp
you say best?
season.
What's a close second?
It would be the Odin flashback.
Hmm.
Yeah, boy, like
Yeah.
Odin still. Oh, but actually, flashback. Oh yeah, now Odin flashback was kind of
Anyway,
cool.
let me get man's final thoughts off. So yeah, obviously
Go on,
best
go on.
flashback ever. The best thing about it was how it ties everything in to the way the world is now. Even from
Mm.
if you look at the country that Rox ran, yeah, after he fell, it was a Choku that ran the country and only got deposed by Blackbeard 2 years ago. So it just shows how everything works, with Shaki's bar, the ripoff. just the history. You see mm, how everyone knows each other. And then the thing I really liked, which most of the fans was crying about, is the fact that that last generation cared about Gal. So you actually see all the people,
I know
yeah,
you.
that got
I know why
together,
you like.
all the children that was born after all of them arcs, yeah. So, you know, it's crazy because
And you see how
it
niggas
was
ain't
really
having kids
nepo
no
piece.
more.
You know, we
You see
got
how niggas
Garland
ain't having
that
kids
brought
no
us
more.
Shanks and fucking Shamrock. You got Rocks that gave us Blackbeard. You got Young Kuma. You got Garp's kids in the arc.
Ivankov.
There's a lot going on. We even saw Pologram. We see Marco's dad.
Mm,
Like it's just
mm.
Oda was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
cooking.
yeah, yeah.
Flashback was mad. And
Their
then we
fathers.
have Harold, his sons. Like it's just cold.
We
So
see how we see how Saul started the school as well.
yeah, with Harold, yeah,
That was
exactly.
actually really good. I actually like
So
that.
you seen how them man planning for the future back then is the future we're in
Mm,
now.
mm.
And then where we are now, I'm just eager to see really what happens with Harold. But after that, I want to see which Straw Hats go and set pace on these guys. Because remember where we are, Emu is taking over Gunko, and we might even get a Gunko family kid flashback to Brooke. So we
I
still
think,
don't even
bro.
know.
I think she was a regular concert goer. My man is victimizing these people, bro.
We'll see, man.
He's
Because anything,
victimizing them, man.
anything past the
Free them, man.
still, anything past God's still, you're a puppet, you're a victim. You have
Yeah.
no free will. So Emu can control your body like a puppet. You could have
I,
been as nice as a guy as Luffy and just me reverse it that way.
yeah. And
Emu is a real final villain of One Piece.
the
In the
theory
show
was
that's
right.
all about free will, yeah, this guy takes your will. He's the
But
devil.
see,
Fuck this Emu,
the
man.
thing we were saying before was right though, that the way he reverses other people without choice is when people before you your previous leaders have given
I've
themselves
taken,
up to
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
slavery.
That's
They've gone
why,
past level 2.
yeah, but you know what's mad about that? That shows, yeah, that Loki did the right thing because had Emu taken over Harold's body and won that day, every giant in Elbaf would have been Emu's pup. You know
Yeah.
how mad. Then Luffy couldn't be Pirate King out here, fam. He would have never won
Mm-hmm.
this shit. So I'm looking forward to the chapters. It was even break week. I was suffering this week, but yeah, next week, 1169, forward to the thing. That's man's final
11 I
thoughts.
think 1170 is going to be a crazy one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, 69 is next, man.
Mm. 70 is going to be crazy. And I think they're setting up for something.
Yeah, because he does like his numbers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But 1170 is going to be probably when we snap back to reality. So I think they're wrapping
So
up the
any,
flashback now.
but just quick thoughts on what's going to happen in current time.
Current time, um, they've done University, Dorian Brogy in it, and Emu's taking control of Gonko.
Yeah, and
Uh,
really, all we've got with the
oh,
Straw Hats is
we
Jinbei.
got Luffy and them man going upstairs.
Yeah, I think when we come back to current times, it's gonna be, Emu controlling Gonko, and then one of the top Straw Hats is gonna come and save
So
the day.
what?
But they're all in
So
the realm of the dead.
basically,
So,
so what
but
basically?
They're getting the
I don't know
lift
if
up
it's
in that cannon
halfway.
ship thing now.
I don't know if it's halfway, if it's a three quarters, a quarter of the way into the arc. But what does this flashback? How does it impact the current timeline?
it
And what
impacts
is
the
it really
current
going to do?
timeline. So it impacts the current timeline because when we first got here, we always knew that we're gonna hear Harold's story and why he was such a great king and what happened with Loki, right? The whole arc, when we go in there, is set up as is this Loki guy responsible for what happened to Harold? And we found out that no, he's not. And, we found out in the flashback why Harold obviously lost his mind because of the contract. So now we're gonna get, Loki's redemption and what's going to happen at the as a result of the whole thing is the people of Elbaf are going to learn that Loki's actually a good guy.
Yeah,
Harridan's going to forgive him, and then it's going to all come full circle. And Harold's actual last dying wish was his two sons to rule together. So you know, he's gonna. There's Disney in it, so we're all gonna get that. But the main thing, of course, is Luffy and Luffy's crew. So everyone knows that where we've got all this regeneration and we're seeing all this hacky of the top tiers in the flashback, and for certain man to awaken their ACOC,
Uh,
we get there. I don't want to hear nothing. You might think you've seen a gender piece. Listen,
So essentially, what you're saying is all this is to clear Loki's name. You're
it's
gonna
it's to clear Loki's name. It's to heal his relationship with his brother. It's to heal Elbaf, to stop him from ruling Elbaf, and it's also
yeah.
to power up the Straw Hats. Yeah, going into the real last bits of the
so,
final
so
saga.
when you
This
mean the
arc
straw
is gonna
hats,
be the arc here that the Straw Hats are never the same. Like, just know after Sanji gets the ACOC, yeah, it can never be the same.
so
Hey,
what you mean by
I
the
have a
straw
quick
hats?
I have a quick question. I have
So
a quick
when you mean the
question.
straw hats, you basically mean Zoro and Sanji.
Zoro, Sanji, and yeah, Luffy, yeah. But you know, even in the current times, yeah, it's been Scopper assessing Luffy and Zoro.
Of
Scopper
course,
talking to Sanji about who has haki and like it's that man's thing for real.
yeah.
And
But
So
what's
also
it?
basically,
do you remember how I was celebrating when Jinbei was looking like shit?
mhm.
So Jinbei's taking
Mm,
Sanji's old slot, yeah. So, you know, Nami even said to him, Jinbei, we've got you here. I thought, nah, Jinbei's not enough. Sanji's about to hear someone cry. Listen, you know, yeah, Sanji's well, it's a shame I didn't clock it because my reading comprehension is not that cold, yeah. But you do know, yeah, that the theorists have revealed basically. You know that scene where Sanji asks Scopper, is it me?
Yeah,
The Sanji guys are saying it is Sanji. And you know why?
go on.
Remember
but
Luffy said to Zoro, how did you not clock that you had haki you had King's haki? It's been oozing off you. Right? So Luffy says that when they're in the realm of the dead, but before that, with the thing oozing off my man, who did Zoro meet? He already met Scopper. So for Scopper to say there's another one with King's haki, he already saw the two that already had it earlier when they came for the key. So if he's
Yeah.
saying there's another one in the realm of the dead, it's Sanji. Because Sanji's the only one there that he hasn't met.
we know he's getting it anyway.
We up. Hey, it's gonna be a good day.
You know, after
It's gonna be a
asking
good
all of
day.
these questions I've asked right now, you know, this just enhances my agenda against Usopp, right?
Because he's
The
getting
Bro,
fact
when
that
nothing.
hold on, wait.
when
We've had this
Usopp when
conversation.
Usopp comes out, yeah, it's gonna be
We've
crazy
had this
out there.
conversation for over an hour, almost an hour and a half. Usopp's name has never been mentioned once, and this is
I
now.
mentioned Chopper
This
either.
just
Go
And it's
Frankie.
but no, but
fueled.
he's got something. He's
This
got like
has this has
fuck.
fueled
It's
my
fuck.
agenda to the max.
Nah,
No,
man.
wait, no, but now that you bring him up,
I
yeah.
just want to say one thing. I just want to say one thing. I want to say one thing. Forget the strength stuff, yeah. I don't care about the strength stuff. The fact that Usopp has no involvement in this arc whatsoever, and we're like how many chapters in, just fuels my agenda. Yeah, Usopp is the worst character on One Piece, and we're gonna end it on that.
But what's that?
Very
I do have
nice.
a question. I do have a question
I
because
said we end it.
um huh?
I'm gonna ask the
No, I do
question.
have a good question though, because you see when they said about the Giants being important, you know when I can't remember who was talking and referring to Harold. I think it was Rocks, but in one of the last two or three chapters, at some point somebody said or referred to Harold being the only one that can awake the sleeping army, the frozen army.
Galley
Ah,
Raw.
don't be bringing your stupid
You
theories
know,
there, man.
yeah. You know, yeah. I had
No, no, no.
you know
There's not
about
one
that, yeah.
in
You
there,
know
bro.
what theory
I
I
literally
just
just
had
read it
randomly
today.
that came to my head one day, yeah.
What's
What?
that?
Aokiji should be able to free them as well, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not
What you
sure.
should be what?
I think Aokiji is probably
You
part of
know,
the reason they're frozen.
you
I
know the
think it was his fruit
Galila
that did it back in the day.
shipwrights. There's giant shipwrights, yeah, some historical giant shipwrights called the Galila, Galira, right? And they've been frozen in ice for hundreds of years.
And the ancient
part of
warriors.
Rox's and the ancient warriors, and one of Rox's plans was to unfreeze them and get them to be on his side, and he would have needed Harold to help do it.
I
And
think it's
the whole
part of
thing is
Emu's
they're
plan as
frozen in
well.
ice. Yeah, Emu would have tried to do the same thing too, but they're frozen in ice, right?
That's why
But
they're saying
you'd
giants are so
think that
important.
I hope when we get to it, it's not a plot hole, and it takes more than just something with the ice. Because then why wouldn't Emu send Aokiji to go and unfreeze these men? But then again, no, Emu wouldn't have sent them because then who's gonna rule them?
Yeah, they'll be obedient to the king of Elbaf.
Yeah, you'd need exactly. So
Probably
yeah, you
why
would
he
have needed
needs to
Harold
rule
first.
Elbaf first before he can
Yeah,
unfreeze them.
makes sense.
But then that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking. So is it a thing that the frost giants are they there?
What you think? Yeah, of course they're in the ice, right? That's what we've been told.
Well, the first chance in this thing, actually, let me not be full.
Yeah, Galileo, Galira,
What are they
and
frost
ancient
giants?
shipwrecks. They're what?
Are they frost giants? Or we're frost
No,
giants in this?
they're stuck in ice. Like they're not in
They've
the
they've
game
been
because
they've
they're
been
stuck.
frozen,
They've been
but it's not
frozen in
clear.
ice.
It's not clear how many of them are that they are. It could be a crew of 10, like a pirate crew that were just
Yeah,
infamous back in the day,
or
or
it
like
could just be like
it could be
Titans
like an
numbers.
army of like a race,
Yeah,
a different race of giants
but I feel
called
like they're gonna
them
be
basically.
used to make
What?
Pluton was.
What?
You know the shipwrights. They're shipwrights. So when they
Mm.
become unfrozen and get into the game, they're gonna do something with a ship because they're a shipwright company.
Yeah, they might have been had a hand in making Pluton and all that.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man.
We'll call it a day.
Well, yeah, call it a day. I'm just watching this match now.
What's the score?
No,
Defo
no,
nil.
man. Fucking Wolves.
Ball.
Oh my god, useless.